I was sick of them hating me, being pushed around like a demon awakening, how I stood my ground. All it took was me waking up to a sense of self, taking pride in my mental health, love the person that I have found. I don't need to be Hokage or the Pirate King. The fire in my eyes will bring the prize that I'm desiring. I'm leveling up, I'm acquiring my nano, my chakra that lies within. I'm going Super Saiyan, all my cylinders are firing. Feeling tiny like I'm show you, but you better fly. All these trials that I go through, but I made it mine.
Yo, what's up, Plague Squad? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to XPKAGE. Back to guys, another video. And today we are reviewing Boruto Set 10. More specifically, the Boyhood / time travel arc. I only have 2 episodes until I'm finished with the set, but they're just filler, so I don't really need those to give this set a honest review at the moment. And this arc overall did get a lot of hate when it came out, and Sasuke got a lot of hate for what they did with Sasuke. Off the bat, I'm gonna say this: dude had no chakra. Like, they stated it throughout the entire arc that dude had basically no chakra. They never recovered from when Urashiki took his chakra from him when him and Gaara were fighting. So yeah, he can't use his Rinnegan because the only person that has Rinnegan in that timeline is, of course, Nagato, and he wasn't even introduced yet at the time. And so I think he would be around a teenager / kid 2, maybe, or a teenager around when Naruto's a kid. But anyways, I like this. I liked the Boyhood / time travel arc. It had a lot of good moments. It had some emotional moments between Kid Naruto and Boruto. Of course, there was a moment where Boruto was terrified of Naruto because he didn't know that that he lost his temper, and then Kuruma's rage would ignite back then. Like, he didn't know about the Nine Tails cloak and the Nine Tails rage, and how Naruto doesn't even notice anyone in that state. And so Naruto literally scratched the fuck out of him. But anyways, overall and all, it was a good arc. Before that, we had a little bit of filler starting off the arc. He was talking about Jiraiya. There was a moment where he was trying to find, make out series book from Jiraiya, because that's the only thing he wrote. He thought it was something else, and that episode was kind of hilarious because they all kept on telling him it's not for kids. And yeah, that was very funny and very interesting as well. So the Boyhood / time travel arc, it starts off with them traveling back in time by a turtle. Urashiki fell off the platform, so it wouldn't arrive until later, and which was unfortunate for him, but fortunate for Naruto and Sasuke. For a lot of the times, they were saying they were performers. They were performers, and then eventually it got out that they were ninja to only Jiraiya and Naruto. So, and after a while, Jiraiya did figure out that that was Sasuke from the future, but he kept it to himself. Like, he knew that was Sasuke, and yeah. And a lot of the fights with Urashiki were pretty decent. The first time he captured Naruto, and then Naruto lost it, scratched Boruto in the hand, which made Boruto kind of terrified about him for a little while there, until Jiraiya told him the story of how Naruto was an outcast. He was shunned and criticized by the village and ostracized by the village because the village was afraid of the nine-tailed beast inside him. Which, this is kind of unfortunate because we just had those flashbacks back in the latest sub-episode when Kuruma unfortunately is gone. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm pretty sure 90% of you guys already know Kuruma's gone. It's been all over the internet, all over everywhere since it aired on the manga, since it showed on the manga. I'm not sure that there's not one person that's into Naruto / Boruto that doesn't know Kuruma dies. And I got another video talking about that too, about Kuruma, coming out tomorrow. So anyways, most of the time they're trying to sync their chakra because their chakra is sort of similar because Boruto is Naruto's son from the future. So most of the time they're trying to harness their chakra. For a little bit there, Boruto kept on getting flashbacks of Naruto attacking him, so he was pretty scared for a while until he went to go talk to Neji, and Neji gave him a pep speech, and then Sasuke gave Naruto a pep speech, and yeah, so that all worked out. They went to go back to harness their chakra. They put a point on their finger to try to focus on a point on their hand for a Rasengan, so to speak. And so it was all going. They never really mastered the harmony of the chakra, and Jiraiya said it's really, really hard. It's really difficult to sync your chakra in order to do a combination jutsu. He said it was very, very difficult, and it was most likely not to be able to achieve. For a while there, Jiraiya was mostly MIA, and so was Sasuke. They weren't around a lot of the times. Naruto kept on trying to get Boruto to eat ramen all the time, and it did not work because Boruto did not grow. Boruto is not Naruto. His favorite food's not ramen. And there was one of the fights where Sasuke speared Urashiki off the mountain, and that was very interesting. And Sakura found Sasuke, carried him, and healed him. And then he knew her name. He's like, Sakura. Like, how did he even how he says it? She should have known that was Sasuke. But Sakura was clearly dunce back then, because even Jiraiya knew that was Sasuke. And I don't think Jiraiya ever even met Kid Sasuke in that timeline, but yet he knew it was Sasuke. Eventually, they were able to defeat Urashiki. After Urashiki did have eyes that allowed him to teleport back and forth between the future or something like that. I don't remember how that jutsu quite worked, but eventually he ended up eating his eyes because they were beating the crap out of him. And then he transformed sort of like Momoshiki did, and he was doing a lot of damage. He was owning them until Naruto lost it, because it looked like Jiraiya was going to die a few times there in this arc. And Naruto and but Jiraiya didn't die. But the last time when Jiraiya was getting close to dying, Naruto lost it, sort of like how Hinata got those rods put into her by pain, and Naruto lost it then. That's how it sort of happened. But this time he didn't transform into the full Nine Tails. He was just losing his rage completely. And then Boruto and Naruto ended up in some type of mind space, and they were able to unison their chakra. And while they were trying. It was like a beam struggle, like sort of like Dragon Ball, but it was a struggle between orbs. They were using a massive Rasengan. He was using Urashiki using some purple blast ball. I don't know. There's no name for his move. Sasuke and Jiraiya were attacking Urashiki so he could lose focus, which he did, and he ended up getting completely erased by the giant Rasengan. There was times where Naruto asked Boruto about his father, and asked Boruto if he hated his father, and Boruto said no, he does not. So they had a lot of good moments there at the end. Jiraiya told Sasuke to erase their memory of what happened there, because Jiraiya knew that there's stuff they're not supposed to know. And so Sasuke, apparently Sharingan can erase people's memory. I didn't know the Sharingan could erase people's memory like that, so that's a new thing. The turtle took him back in time, back to the present. Naruto and Sasuke were talking for a little. Not Naruto and Sasuke. Yeah, Naruto and Sasuke talked for a little bit, and then Naruto and Boruto as well. And the gift that Kid Naruto gave Boruto before he left was his limited edition ramen, which they ended up eating together, and they left a cup of ramen at Jiraiya's grave. That whole Jiraiya stuff is very emotional, because I still miss Jiraiya. I still don't like how they killed him off. But we're reaching 8 minutes of the video, so I basically summed up most of the arc. I wasn't going to talk about all of it, because it's not just talking about one episode. You're talking about like a whole arc. But the whole arc is very good. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's not worth the hate. It's a really good arc. It's not a bad arc. Yes, Sasuke does get beat on, but this dude steals chakra, bro. What do you expect? This dude steals chakra, and for some reason, all I don't understand though is, isn't he supposed to be inferior to Momoshiki? But they had an easier time defeating Momoshiki than they did Urashiki. But then again, they did have Naruto there, and this time they didn't have Naruto. At least they didn't have adult Naruto with Kurama Link, Kurama in Sage mode. So yeah, overall and all, I rate this set a good 10 out of 10. It was a good set, and I think you guys should check it out. Anyways, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, please smash the like button. New to the channel, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time on X Rated Plague. Peace out, Plague Squad. XPKAGE out.
虜になってし